Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Katie and I'm a stay-at-home mom of 4. I also run the budget shop Purple Glimmer Budgets, which is where you're going to find a lot of the products that I use in my videos. You can find my shop on Etsy or also my website, PurpleGlimmerBudgets.com. My husband and I are on a journey to pay off a lot of our high interest debt using the cash stuffing method as a way to control our expenses. If this is something you'd like to follow along with, just keep watching. In today's video, I'm going to be stuffing my head binder. A long time no chat. It's been a while. I took all of last week off. I was thinking about taking this week off, but I missed you guys. I miss playing with money. So I'm going to go ahead and try and film some videos this week and get them up and posted. Life has been extraordinarily crazy. Last week, we had to go out of town for a death in our family. My husband's uncle passed away, so they live in Minnesota, so we had to drive up to Minnesota. So we pulled the kids from school on Wednesday and went up there to be with my husband's family and celebrate his uncle's life. So we ended up driving back Friday night, or Friday during the day. So we were gone Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. The funeral was on a Thursday, so I just knew I wasn't going to be filming anything last week because we had to spend all of last weekend getting ready, not the one that just happened, but the one before, getting ready and prepared for the funeral and such. So I just knew that I didn't have it in me to do any filming. Life is still really crazy, so I might be in and out a little bit. I'm going to try to do what I can. But I also have a lot of orders backing up, or I should say a lot of orders for me backing up. I don't like to sit on your guys' orders. I like to get them out as quickly as possible. So my processing time is running a little bit closer to the longer end. So again, I'm trying to get through orders as quickly as possible to get you guys all of your stuff. And anyone who has placed orders with me, I definitely appreciate it. That's really helping out a lot, especially given the situation that we're going still on with my husband and his work and his employer. His employer has been an utter nightmare. He's currently going through some accommodation processes due to anxiety and depression because just the dealings with his boss has exacerbated that, and it's just not a very fun situation. So we're hoping he lands something else soon, or that his current company just goes ahead and fires him. Honestly, firing would be great. So that way he doesn't have to deal with this extraordinarily toxic boss. Okay, so I need to catch up my month ahead binder for 2 weeks of stuffing. So I have $210 here because I normally stuff $105. So let's go ahead and count this, make sure it's here. I will scramble it up. We'll go through the whole spiel and we'll be good to go. So let's just first make sure it's all here. So I have 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 55, 65, 75, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 200, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 210 here. You know what? I'm just gonna do it like normal. I don't feel like scrambling it. I'm kind of out of sorts. So anyways, here is my month ahead binder. I decided to add in a paperclip and I added a little bit to it. So I thought it was cute to kind of decorate this up a little bit. I also have my double pocket purple tabbed envelopes in the A6 size. I have my custom foil labels labeling all of these. I have 6 different categories: mortgage, card payment, insurance, utilities, phone, and internet, as well as some custom trackers I made. If you need some custom trackers made for like a savings challenge or anything like this, message me on Etsy. I can get you a custom listing for those. I've made A5 sizes as well. I just got done making I think it was like 30 of these trackers in the A5 size for one of my really awesome customers, and she loves them. I love how they turn. I love her setup. She gets custom rose gold chrome decals for her A5 envelopes that she has at home. She gets those from me all the time. And then she wanted me to make her some trackers. So I'm like, yeah, I'm happy to do that. So I sent her some trackers. So that was good. So anyways, that's kind of what the setup that I have here. I currently have phone, internet, and utilities fully funded. So we're just going to take these 3 top ones out because we're working on these. And I roll a 6-sided dice. I'm going to, I guess, put this here for now. So I roll the 6-sided dice and that tells me which one I am putting the money towards. And then I also just take the tracker to the side so that we have 6 slots available. So we're still working on mortgage, car payment, and insurance. This is not, it says car insurance, but it's like all insurances besides our homeowner's insurance that is funded through our escrow and our mortgage. And finally, we have insurance bound for our home that our current insurance expires on the 16th, or we got non-renewed because your insurance company doesn't like when you use the insurance. So they're like, we don't want you as a customer anymore. So we ended up having to go with the Illinois FAIR plan, which is fair access to insurance regulation, is like the whatever it falls under. And so basically many states have these in which you have a high risk insurance. You're basically guaranteed to have insurance. It just may not be like the most affordable insurance, but you are. So we finally bound that. But the crazy thing was, so you send all your paperwork in and they ask you for like an estimate replacement cost for your house. And so the agent that we found that could work through that plan, she sent it over based upon like other like standard carriers, like your State Farm, your Allstate, and those types of carriers sent their estimated cost of replacement over there. Well, then the state sends over an inspector to inspect your house so that way they can get like a replacement cost. So they sent the person over, they snapped a bunch of pictures, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm good at like finding cheap things that like look expensive. That's just kind of my flair and like what I like, because I like to have things look nice but not necessarily spend a ton of money on them. And so we got their estimated replacement cost back and my mouth dropped open. They were trying to tell us that to replace our house it would cost us like $500,000. We didn't spend anywhere near $500,000 on this house when we bought it. Granted, it was a pre-existing house. It was years ago. I completely understand that. But when we bought this house, I think we spent like $184,000 on it. Like we've never insured our house, even through State Farm, when we've had them at $500,000. It's just not been necessary. So luckily there's like another plan that you can cover it at like 80%, which I talked to our mortgage company and they said that was fine because our mortgage is obviously way lower than the 180 because we've been paying on it. So honestly, all your mortgage company cares about is if your house burns down, that they get the loan paid off. And so we're going to be insuring it for like $400,000. I'm like, I'd rather insure it for like $400,000 versus like $500,000, because I can tell you right now, we can rebuild this house for like less than that. So it's a decent house, but it's not like a gorgeous, amazing house. So, yeah, anyways, but we do have mortgage insurance now, which is, or not mortgage insurance, homeowner's insurance, which is nice. It's just kind of good to have that weight off my shoulders. So I still think even with like the crazy expensive insurance rate that our mortgage payment should still fall under less than the $2,000, because I think I had like rounded up significantly when I was like funding out that, because our mortgage is like $1,500-ish, and that includes our current homeowner's insurance. And I want to say our homeowner's insurance is only going to be like, it'll be less than like $500 a month, but we're already paying a little bit right now in there for insurance. So this $2,000 should still cover the mortgage payment with the new escrow payment. So sorry, long random tangent, but I mean, with this being like a budgeting channel, some of that information might be interesting to those of you out there. So anyways, and then we have car payment. This one is fine. Funny story, we did just trade my car off on another car. So now we are the proud owners of 2 2019 Expeditions. I just think that me getting stuck at the end of our driveway in the snowplow piles, like it just traumatized me this year. And I'm like, I need a 4-wheel drive vehicle for the snow because I don't want to be dealing with that, because I had our 4 little kids. And I was like, luckily we have amazing neighbors, so they helped dig me out. But I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, because we've been driving my husband's, did I say Explorer? I meant Expedition if I said Explorer earlier. We'd been driving my husband's Expedition during like the snow time, and I didn't even think about it. So when I went to go get the kids to school after they weren't having a snow day that day, I got stuck in the plow mound. So I'm like, I need a 4-wheel drive vehicle. So we realized that we needed to get one sometime by next winter. Well, we like to browse cars from time to time just to kind of see what's out there. And so I was just looking, and there was something told me, because we were leaning more towards the Explorer, but I'm like, you know what? For our family, I think we really need the size of the Expedition. That fits us better. It allows us to travel well with it and stuff, because we drive to our vacations rather than flying, because it saves quite a bit of money. And there was just something telling me that go look up at some Expeditions, just see what's out there. And I found the Expedition that we ended up buying. It was a decent price. They gave us a decent amount for our Pacifica that we traded. It has an open recall on it that they don't have a fix for, so that kind of hurt the value of it, but it ended up paying off what we had left on the loan, so that's all that mattered. And then we ended up getting a much better rate than we could have hoped for on the used Expedition, because when you buy used, you're going to have a much higher interest rate than when you buy new, because it's just how it is. Because we had bought the Pacifica new, so we had like a ridiculously small interest rate for that. So I really was not thinking that we were going to get as good of an interest rate as we got, because we've had some like financial struggles lately, which has impacted our credit rating, which that impacts your interest rate. But when we went and looked at it and we test drove it and we liked it, and so we had to come home for that insurance inspection. So we left the details with the dealer, and they were going to work up the deal while we were doing the homeowner's inspection. And so when we came back, like the finance guy gave us like a ballpark, and he actually quoted, I think, 1.25% higher than what we ended up getting. And I'm like, yeah, that'll work, because he told us the interest rate, the term, and then the payment. I know they like to sell you a lot on payment, and we don't really care about that. We care more about your term and your rate, because we're like, we can figure out everything else there. And the rate that they had originally quoted us, that was completely acceptable with us, because it was actually lower than the rate we got on the Expedition back in September. And then the term was actually shorter than the term that we were getting back in September, and the payment was less than what we were currently paying on my Pacifica. So we're like, everything's fine. Another reason why we kind of leaned into potentially trading my Pacifica now rather than later is because my husband, again, he's dealing with issues with his job, might end up going without employment for a few weeks or a month or so. So we wanted to do it now while there was a substantial amount of income at his job, and get into that. And plus, it's also our payments dropping, and then we get to skip a payment. So just financially, it made a lot of sense. So that is what we did. Now, I know not everyone has the same philosophies and thoughts on financing cars versus paying for cars in cash. We are comfortable financing cars because it is a more affordable debt. So I understand it's a depreciating asset, but this is something that we are fine with. And we make it work within our budget. So, again, payments lower, interest rate is decent. So it just made financial sense. And I honestly think that there was something telling us that we needed to do this and that this was the right time. So very thankful for that. And then this is all of our insurances, and this shouldn't really be impacted. Once I kind of save for everything, I might like re-look at what insurances and stuff like that, just to make sure that everything is here and good to go, because I'm hoping that I end up fully funding all of this very, very, very soon. So on the plus side, when you trade a car, we had an extended warranty on that car, and then we also had gap coverage on those, so both of those will be refunded to us in a proration of what we paid for it. So that's going to be another lump sum that we'll be getting back, which might be something that I can put into our month ahead fund. So that is good. I am very grateful for this month ahead fund, because if the worst case does happen and my husband is fired, let go, whatever you want to call it, from his job, which again, we're completely fine with, then we have these funds mostly covered. So that's good. So this is another benefit to this whole entire thing going on. So anyways, let me stop talking your ear off about this. There's been a lot of life happening that I wanted to kind of go over that in the back, because I know that when I'm watching these videos, I always like to kind of know some of the backstories of what's going on, so I figured I would share as well. So let's get to rolling. Again, I usually will jumble this all up, but I just don't feel like it today, so we're just gonna do it as is and see. So 3, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You probably figured that out already. So I have a little bit more than normal as far as bills, but we're just gonna make it work. I'm like, I want to catch up my month ahead series in the 2 weeks. I haven't determined whether or not for my $2 Tuesdays if I'm actually gonna film it or not, and if I do film it, am I gonna do the 120, or am I just gonna let it roll with the $60 and just skip last week? So I haven't made that determination, so you guys will figure it out just as well as I do if that video goes up tomorrow, because I haven't filmed it yet. So I just got a little stressed out. I'm like, you know what? Playing with money is fun. Talking to you guys helps kind of like calm some of my stress. So I'm like, you know what? Let me go down and film a video. So that's what I wanted to do. I got quite a bit of orders done. I think I ended up dropping off 8 orders to the post office today. One was an APO order. I have never done an APO order in my life yet with my shop. So that was fun and exciting. Luckily, the customer was absolutely amazing, and she put like a note to seller about, hey, this is an APO address. Don't forget to do the free customs form and so forth, because I don't ship internationally, just because there's a lot of rules and regulations when you deal with other countries that I'm like, I just don't have the bandwidth to keep up with other countries' rules and regulations to make sure that I'm following their laws and guidelines. So that's why currently I don't ship internationally. And I was not aware of like the military addresses having potentially like customs and stuff like that. So this is my first experience with it. I think I did it right. I let her know that if there's any issues, let me know, and I'll definitely make her whole. Whether it's me having to resend it and figure it out all again, that's fine. I will definitely make sure everything is good. But I think Etsy does a good job of setting you up to do it pretty easily. So I got that off, as well as 7 other orders. So I am happy about that. I started to try to push through some more orders, and then I was just making some, like, I was stressing myself up, making some stupid mistakes. I'm like, you know what? This is my sign that I need to just take a break and stop working for today. So that's what I did. My soonest order that needs to ship out isn't until like February 20th or 21st. So I definitely have plenty of time before the ship dates for my orders that need to go out. So I'm like, you know what? Just take some time to kind of like get yourself back in a good headspace. So that's what I did. That's just kind of what's going on here. I do need to figure out if I'm filming more videos this week, which video I want to put my giveaway winner announcement. I believe that the giveaway ended last week. I've got to go back and read the terms and conditions that I attached to my giveaway announcement video, but I believe that the end was on Thursday or Friday. So if that's the case, then I definitely need to go ahead and pick 2 winners from that video, which I will do, and then figure out which video I want to insert that footage to. So definitely keep an eye out for that if you did enter the giveaway, because I will be making those announcements as soon as I can. I'm just trying to think through all of the different things. It's just been a lot to deal with the whole situation with my husband and his job. So I'm just kind of keeping the running to-do list. So there's a lot of text going in here. It'll be interesting to see where I stand on these various envelopes. So it's 2. It'll be nice once I like fully fund all of this and see, and then if we don't end up having to touch much of this, then I can just keep it fully funded. If we do end up having to touch some of this, I might unstuff those various categories and then refund the different categories. So again, I am very, very thankful of this cash stuffing journey that I've been on for a little over a year now, because I don't think that we would be set up for as easy of a transition if my husband was to lose his job and lose his paycheck as we are now, because we do have a substantial savings that we can rely on, and a substantial buffer that, had I not been like being more mindful of our spending through cash budgeting, it just wouldn't be there. So I'm definitely very thankful and grateful for that. So let's go ahead and get all of this money put together. Okay, and then let's count and see where we're at. So let's start with, this should all be mortgage. Let's just see. I'm just going to add it. I'm going to put it all together and then count it, because before I was separating it versus tracker and then the envelope itself. But I'm like, you know what? It's all going in the same place, so let's just go ahead and count it all together. So I have 20, 40, 60, 75, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80. So that's 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So for now, let's mark off the 2. So 1, 2. And then this should be like 32 here, so we don't have enough. So I am just going to put it all back in mortgage and then put the tracker there. So this is money that's not reflected into the tracker, and then this money that is reflected in the tracker goes in the envelope. So we currently have 1,100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 1,220 so far. Actually, 240 still towards mortgage. I'm like, that didn't necessarily make sense, but that amount does make more sense now with that extra 20. So let's go ahead and unsnap this binder and put this in here. So this bow is kind of a sneak peek of something that I'm looking at releasing it into my shop. I just have to teach myself and feel more confident in my bow making skills before I like officially add them into my shop. But I just thought they were a lot of fun and a good fun touch. And I love the ribbon print that I found. It actually goes really well with the freebie cash withdrawal slips that I've been giving away. So I just thought it was meant to be. So I just need to kind of hone in my bow making skills, and then I'll feel more confident actually charging people for them. So let's see how we are on card payment. So we have 20, 30, 40, 5, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 58, 9, 10. So that's 60. And then that's definitely not enough. So 60 is 2 icons. So 1, 2. So we only have 2 more left. So we're very, very close to fully funding the car. So let's just make sure that this is 60. 20, 30, 45, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60. Perfect. So put the tracker in front of this little bit of cash, and then we'll tuck the card payment in. Let's see how we're doing so far with card payment. So 1,000, 100, 200, 300. Okay, so sorry. So that's 1,300, 20, 40, 60, 81. So that's 1,400, 10, 20, 5, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. So 1,440 I think is right. Or yeah, so 1,440, something like that. We'll double check this when we go to consolidate it, just to make sure that all of that is right. I got a text message and I peeked on it there when I was off camera for a second. So that kind of threw me for a loop in my counting. And then let's see here. So then this is insurance. So let's do this. Okay. And the 5s and then the 1s. So 20, 30, 40, 5, 50, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 61. So we'll tuck this. So 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. So we'll tuck all of this in. So I have 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 160. Let's count and see where we're at here. Okay. So I have 100. So I have 500, 600, 700, 20, 40, 60, 88, 10, 20, 5, 30, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. So 840 is what it sounds like. So with 160, that would be 1,000, which is what I think this tracker saves up to. It does. So we should be good there. So we have 3 funded. We have 1 very, very close, $60, 160. So that's 240. And then a whole bunch here. So 1, 2, so 5, 10, 15, 19. So we have a few more weeks left, and then this should be fully funded. So that's awesome. So that's all I have for today, guys. I definitely appreciate those of you who have come back and supported my channel, viewing, commenting, liking, subscribing, anything that you guys do to interact with my channel. I greatly appreciated it. All of your comments really helped me a lot. Last week I was reading all of them as I was gone. They helped kind of cheer me up and make the situation not as crazy. So they mean a lot to me. So I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.